Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. Let's begin with a countdown, 89 days to go. Yes, only 89 days remain until the retirement of Field Marshal Asim Munir and the arrival of the new army chief. Now, moving on to other news, let's talk about the current situation in Islamabad, where streets are resembling rivers at the moment. It feels like Islamabad has turned into a coastal area with a tsunami. Water is everywhere, and vehicles have drowned. And it didn't happen over hours, but in just a few minutes the rainfall caused massive flooding. So much water has accumulated, and the storm is so severe that the entire scene in Islamabad looks completely different. Whether it's a cloudburst or, God forbid, something else, we don't know. But the videos circulating show this dramatic change. It's around 8 o'clock in the evening, give or take, and the amount of rain is so extreme that Islamabad now looks like a sea, with water everywhere, causing widespread destruction. Trees have fallen, some even on vehicles. The final damages are yet to be determined, but clearly this is an unprecedented weather disaster. Imran Khan, even before coming to power, had frequently warned about these kinds of environmental changes. You might remember, he kept stressing that we needed to prepare for such eventualities. He warned that cities were becoming concrete jungles, trees were being cut down, and that would lead to extreme environmental changes. When he first came to power in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in 2013, the first thing he did was launch the Billion Tree Tsunami campaign to tackle deforestation and promote environmental restoration. He emphasized on building dams and taking steps to protect the environment. And now, 12 years later, as we see such natural calamities unfolding, it's clear that he had foreseen this. But when he was making these warnings, the political parties like the PMLN and the Zardari-led PPP mocked him for promoting the Billion Tree Tsunami initiative, calling it a joke. They ridiculed the idea of planting trees, and today some of these same people are claiming credit for similar initiatives. They even claim that the tree plantation initiative was their own, despite the world knowing who started it. Now, in Islamabad, with all this water and destruction, it's clear that such environmental changes can't be ignored anymore. And with all this rain, it's likely the water will flow downwards, into Punjab, where floodwaters are already causing damage. This makes things worse for the areas downstream. Allah forbid, but the natural disasters are not stopping. Even our DG NDMA, that's the National Disaster Management Authority, has woken up and is now actively taking measures. But we must wonder if they're doing enough, because the way they're warning the public feels like they're inducing panic rather than providing solutions. Moving on, let's talk about the situation in Afghanistan. It's our neighbouring brotherly country, and things there are also grave. A strong earthquake has hit near Jalalabad, and as of now, 810 people have been reported dead, with over 2,500 injured. The earthquake's intensity on the Richter scale didn't seem particularly high, but the damage has been catastrophic, with entire villages destroyed. Initial reports indicate that 810 people have lost their lives. May Allah have mercy on them and grant patience to the families of the victims and ease for the injured. The spokesperson for Afghanistan's government, Zabihullah Mujahid, shared this information with the media, and international news outlets are covering it. So, on one hand, there's the devastation caused by floods in Pakistan, and on the other hand, Afghanistan is grappling with the aftermath of this earthquake. It's clear that the region is going through a turbulent time. Now let's shift gears to something else that's going viral. We had covered it in our previous Punjabi vlog, but in this Urdu vlog we didn't get a chance to discuss it. A simple video is making rounds, which shows army personnel setting up banners of Maryam Nawaz. Yes, you heard that right, army personnel are instructed to put up Maryam Nawaz's banners. You can see this in the video, and I don't need to tell you who issued these instructions. Everyone knows who holds the power to give such orders in the military. The soldiers, who were once solely devoted to Pakistan and the Pakistani army, are now being tasked with political jobs, something that was never supposed to happen. In the past, soldiers had no role in political campaigning or banner placement. But as many people, including Tariq Mateen, have pointed out, similar things happened in Karachi when Mustafa Kemal's party banners were set up by military personnel. This is not the first time we are seeing such instances, though some people like to pretend as if it is. There's a long history of the military supporting political parties. whether during Ayub Khan's era or under Zia-ul-Haq and Pervez Musharraf. So, this is not a new phenomenon. It seems like we're ignoring history, rewriting it as we go along, thinking that such things only started happening now. In fact, the Sharif family has long had a dream of turning Punjab police into an extension of the army. Mian Sharif, Maryam Nawaz's grandfather, even tried to do so using a BMW, as opposed to a Mercedes as he preferred, to bribe a top army official back in the day. While that attempt didn't succeed now under Maryam Nawaz's leadership, they seem to have figured out another way to influence the army to put up their banners. We might not know the exact tool used, but it's clear that the military is being drawn into political affairs. The army once only held the flag of Pakistan, but now the Sharif family has managed to make it carry their political symbols. This is where things are headed, and soon you will see military officials being swapped or changed based on political influence. For instance, the Lahore Corps commander was recently replaced because of Maryam Nawaz's displeasure. It's a clear indication of how much political maneuvering is happening within the military. In the past, military leaders like Ayub Khan fought elections themselves, and military personnel often played key roles in supporting political parties. So we've been through this before, but now the situation is more visible. If we keep ignoring history, we'll keep heading down this dangerous path. Punjab Police too has become a political tool. From the 1980s onward, they recruited political affiliates and used them to make political decisions. As a result, the law enforcement in Punjab, which once had a solid reputation, has now become entangled with the ruling party's interests. On the national level, there is a serious decline in governance. The ruling party in Pakistan is in a state of dysfunction, with political and administrative structures collapsing. Corruption and lack of transparency have become the norm, and now even food aid for flood victims is being politicized. The government has issued a notification stating that private individuals or groups are not allowed to provide food to the flood victims. The justification given is that the quality of the food cannot be checked. But the real reason is likely that the food doesn't have Maryam Nawaz's picture on it. It's absurd. When there's a flood or war, do people check the quality of food being distributed? Will anyone cook bad food for victims? This reflects the complete lack of humanity and decency within the government. People are suffering, and all they care about is putting a picture of their leader on food packets. It's a deeply concerning situation where a small group of people who are mentally unfit to lead are in charge of Pakistan's destiny. They don't need positions of power, they need mental health treatment. Pakistan's leadership in this current state is doing immense harm to the nation and its people. This situation is a disaster in itself. May Allah help us and guide the people of Pakistan towards better governance. It's too much. All right then. Let me tell you one more thing, then I'll present to you some more of Maryam Sahiba's recent deeds. The ones she has performed today. The chairman of the NDA, it's my fault. I apologize. I criticized him too much. I apologize for that from the bottom of my heart and in front of all of you. I also apologize to Lieutenant General Inam Sahab. Why? Because he was asleep. No one knew about him. He never did anything. He only played golf and wore a uniform. He was serving. He is the chairman of the NDA. We made just a little criticism of him. He has now woken up so much that, as I say in Punjabi bale bale, he's become very active. He has started scaring the nation. He held a press conference and said that after every 2 months there will be calamities. Be prepared. He started preparing everyone in advance. He said this flood is coming. To survive it, the winter storm is coming, and we must get through it. Then we'll have to face an early heat wave. After that, another calamity will come. And then there will be another heat wave, followed by another calamity. The government knows all about this calendar. By God, don't make us go through every single disaster till 2050. You should not add earthquakes or sea storms to it. I mean, this is their mental capacity. We criticized him for 4 days, and now he's gone so advanced that he's predicting the entire calendar of disasters for the coming years. People are not coming out of these calamities. Let them have some hope, some encouragement that after this they'll return to their homes and rebuild their lands, and the water will recede. Good days will come. But you're taking away even that hope from them. You're saying after this, it will happen, after that, it will happen, and after this, that will happen. And the work that should have been done, you didn't do that. At that time you were asleep. We criticized, others criticized, and now look at how advanced you've become. All right, moving on. Maryam Nawaz Sahiba went to Jung today, and when she went to Jung, I'll tell you a story. And when you hear it, you'll be shocked by how severe the mental illness is. Maryam Sahiba had to wear a black dress because there is a large Shia population in Jung. So it was decided that she would wear black. The dress was decided for her and she chose the black outfit. But the life jackets used in boats are generally yellow or red, and Maryam Sahiba felt these wouldn't go well with black. This is where the story begins that will leave you stunned. So Maryam Sahiba said, I'm going to wear off-white or cream or khaki or something like that. I won't wear red. This decision was made at night, and after announcing this, she went to sleep. The Punjab government started running around to figure out what to make her wear. Now, pay attention to where this story is heading. Prime ministers and chief ministers have security guards who wear vests. These vests don't have sleeves, but they do have pockets with nets inside. These pockets hold extra magazines with bullets, wireless devices and other equipment. It's a typical security guard vest. Now they noticed that this is the same vest, and they thought that somehow there would be security in this vest. The vest is designed to fasten in the front with buttons, which remain closed unless someone is relaxing. These vests are used by armed forces too, and the pockets are meant for wireless devices or magazines, as I mentioned. So a vest was chosen for Maryam Nawaz. Of course, vests are mostly worn by men, and the ones they had were quite large in size. Then a tailor from Gulberg was called. He wasn't really a tailor, but a person from Lahore who had a factory that exports such materials. He was brought in, and Maryam Nawaz's jacket was stitched in his factory. The stitching was completed by morning, around 7 or 8 a.m., and by 9 a.m. the jacket was worn, though there was a slight difference in the stitching. The machine used for stitching was at the Jati Umrah, so a little alteration was done later. And Maryam Nawaz wore that jacket today. You can see her wearing it. In fact, there's a video where she's wearing the life jacket while standing in the boat. Since she's going to be in the boat, she will make sure to take a picture in it, no matter where she goes. The poor guy behind her had to carry the jacket because she said, "No, I'm wearing this one." Now, if anyone asks her, what does this jacket have to do with the flood? Are you a security guard now? Well, if she had tied it up from the front, it could have been claimed that it was a bulletproof jacket. Though it isn't. They could have lied to people saying it has plates both in the front and back, so it's bulletproof, but that too isn't the case. Everything is clear. The jacket is open and the buttons aren't even fastened. Now, Maryam Sahiba, tell us, what magazines are in those pockets? Are you going to keep film magazines in there? Or makeup kits, which are sometimes called magazines in the film world? What's the point of wearing a security guard's vest? If you're wearing a life jacket, it makes sense, even if you're just making a drama out of it for TikTok. But this vest has no relevance. What do you want to prove by wearing this? Are you trying to show you're doing security? What's the point of wearing this? It's just a show for you. This is the same Maryam Nawaz, who, like a film actress, thinks everything is a fashion statement. One time, I saw a video where she was talking about makeup for a funeral. I think if Maryam Sahiba ever attends a funeral, she will have special clothes prepared for it and will even compare them to the clothes of the deceased to show off what kind of outfit she wore. I call this shamelessness. I'll call her mentally ill. She's a mentally ill person, and all those around her are exploiting this condition. What she says, they blindly follow. And on top of that, Mr. Raki Kama Sahab has said that this mentally ill person must be kept happy at all costs. So where are we heading with all this? You can see for yourself. While talking there, Maryam Sahiba said that if she had her own factory here, she would have saved the people, not the factory. Did you hear that? Although she was pretending and lying, she's talking as though the Ramadan sugar mill belongs to her or her family. It is her factory, and she saved that factory. She had already warned about the area in Jung before the flood came. There's even a video on social media showing that before the flood, they were locking down the Ramadan sugar mill and the Bawana and Chot areas were left open. 2 or 3 days later, everything was as she predicted. So Maryam Nawaz lied again. She went to a school today where she pretended to teach kids. One of the children exposed her lies, saying that the police dragged him to the school and promised him food. But when Maryam Nawaz left, they kicked them out without feeding them. The child shared the video about this. This situation is as it is. Today, when she went to Jung, the affected people told her that when she came, they took pictures, but no help was provided. I can't even share the exact words that were used because they were too strong. But those people said that their homes were destroyed, their crops were gone, and they got nothing. They were humiliated and treated badly. Maryam Nawaz, who is sending gifts to them, is living in complete denial. In Jang, at the camp, they were filming everything. 4 different teams were filming for various social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. The costumes were made at night, the jackets were stitched, and the makeup and clothes were selected. She's playing the role of a film actress. But the tragic thing is that the floods are real, the death and suffering are real, and the hunger and poverty are real. Our soldiers raising banners and the planes flying are real, but for Maryam Nawaz, everything is just drama and entertainment. The producers of this entire film have put the whole nation on a horse, and now, as the horse runs faster, the people are unable to understand how to get off safely. Now, let me share one last thing. Yesterday I told you that a video went viral where Maryam Nawaz was seen standing on a bench, with people standing in the mud. The video was meant to show her from above. But if you watch this video closely, when Maryam Nawaz arrives, you will see a boat with 3 or 4 rescue workers. The boat moves towards the water, but in the video, it looks like the boat is coming towards her from deep water. This is the shamelessness of it all. They're acting like this, making videos, staging everything, while the real flood is happening. Animals were left in the boats for 6 hours, hungry and thirsty, as they filmed their drama. These people have no care for the innocent animals or for the people. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.